36 minutes, I thought we fought them. Now, the first half, that Williams kid was making some hard shots. I don't mind that. I mean, those are hard shots. He was shooting 26-footers with a guy inside his cage. I thought we stayed on one side of the floor a little too much. They were downing side pick and rolls instead of traditional. They were jumping up and making us go to the baseline. But once we got that fixed at halftime, we had our guards get cross grain and just make a quick pass, and we were going to get that corner three. Once we made that little adjustment, Dot really benefited from it. But I thought our ball movement was outstanding in the second half. I thought our defense, our fight, it's important. It's important to fight. This isn't a game that you play. It's a game that you fight in. And I thought Galen had one of his weakest games when we played him down there the first time. But tonight, I was really proud of that young man. I thought he really fought. And Doc clearly was the best player on the floor tonight. But Galen was a guy that I saw make some important growth, not just for him, but for our team.
So you talked about when you have one guy, or another, whether if Rob struggles and then you need somebody to pick up, or you needed a third guy, when you get Doc going like that, does it, I don't want to say soften the blow, but it certainly allows you to get through some of those spurts until Rob gets ignored?
Yeah, well, Rob can score, but this young man right here, he can score as good as anybody in this league. We're running a lot more stuff for him. If the season started today, Dot may be our leading scorer. So we don't have a 1 and a 2. We've got 2 1s. Dot doesn't take a backseat to anybody. What you saw tonight, I thought Rob was letting some things bother him that he shouldn't, and so I sat him tonight. It's not the first time I've done that. But once I sat him and got Wes calmed down, then our spacing and our ball movement was really good. I thought one of the most beautiful plays of the night was that once we got him spread out, we hit the high post. Kyle hit Dot on a backdoor play, and he skipped it right away to the corner, and Wes made a 3. This is a kid that I had no idea how many points he had. I never know, but he had 31 points. Most guys, when they get a backdoor, are looking to score. Dot just moved it, which is part of our culture. That tells you our kids, especially this guy right here, he's really balled in. He's not only when your leader's your best player, you're a guy that the other guys respect. That's when you have a special program.
Coach, about five and a half minutes out in the game, you were in scoring drought. They were too, and then it just seemed like you just were just everything.
Yeah, but let's define what a scoring drought is. It's not like we weren't trying to score. They were playing great defense. That's the #1 defensive team in the country. We scored 82 points on that team tonight, and they weren't in a drought either. Our defense was outstanding. Teams don't go in a drought against Cincinnati. That's a great defensive team. It's hard to score against great defense, and I thought both teams' defense was really good tonight. You get good shots, they go in, people think you're playing good. You get good shots, they don't go in, so people wonder what's wrong with your offense. Nothing wrong with our offense. We're just not making shots some nights. Tonight, we made shots. It's a simple game. Basketball is a make-or-miss game, But I thought our defensive effort and our offensive execution together tonight was the best I've seen it all season.
Don, it goes back a few games, not just tonight, but it seems like you, as the season's gone, is it a matter of, is it the opportunities, the shots, how can you put your finger on the last few games?
Just being, I remember I want to say maybe 5 or 4 games ago, Coach came up to me and was like, "Dad, you got to be more aggressive. When you're open, you got to shoot it. Don't pass up any open shots." So I just try to be more aggressive in practice. Everything started in practice, so I just try to be more aggressive in practice and look for my shot more, and just continue to practice repetition every day, and just trust my work. That's it.
You ever felt that in rhythm on threes before? Have you had games like that in high school?
High school. I haven't had a game like that since high school. So, I would say to go back to just trusting my work and just shooting that same shot every day, and just continue to practice, working hard, and that's about it.
Most guys never have a game like that in their life. That's one of those. But the one thing I'll say about him, there's some guys have those. You wonder where they come from. He's earned the right to have that. He earns it every day. He's a great role model. I'm telling you, man. It's leadership is what buoys teams that go through tough spots. You know, Central Florida's a good team. I think they're on a 4-game losing streak right now. We were on a 3-game, but because we have great leadership, we're able to come through it. When you play in these tough conferences, you know, Duke just lost 3 in a row. I can name every good team. UCLA just lost 2 or 3 in a row. Every good team goes through this stuff in college. It's sitting, and we're not Alabama. You're going to lose games. But how do you come through those? That's the most important thing. How do you handle it? Can you get better from it? You know, and we've played 23 games, and we've got all of our goals and dreams that we want to accomplish this season still in front of us. That's a good thing.
You talk about growth and how the way you can lead losses. Before tonight, you lost 3 games, especially a very close game against Memphis. What was the rally cry to make sure there were no more games to be lost, especially conference games?
Well, I think sometimes you have to fix, before you can fix your team, you have to fix individuals. And I think that's where a coach having a pulse on that kid or knowing what makes him tick. We have some guys not playing well. You know, if we have a couple, if the quarterback position in football is not playing good, you're going to have a bad offense. You say, what's wrong with your offense? No, the quarterback's bad. You know, sometimes politically you want to say the right thing, but basketball, guard play. If you have poor guard play, you have no chance in college basketball. This is a guards game. You know, they got the tallest guy I've ever coached against, but that's not the deal. It's a guards game. Our guard play for a while there was really lacking. Like tonight, our guard play was great. Our guard play was been good for a while now, but we had to fix that. And sometimes it's that simple. You know, who is it that needs to be fixed? Because if I can fix him, I can fix these guys. So that's kind of what we did.
So when you had talked about with Kyle Myers, I know it looked like a couple of plays out there. I don't know if it's a matter of.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out I can't figure out Kyle sometimes. You know, he's always getting on about his free throw shooting. A white kid from suburban Georgia can't make a free throw. Then there's this kid from Cameroon, Africa, never misses. I mean, what's up with that? So we give Bert a hard time with that. I mean, we give Kyle a hard time with that. But I love the fact that Kyle and Bert, sure they have warts, but last time I checked, everybody does. But those guys are battling, man. I'm really proud of both Bert and Kyle. They're fighting. That kid's a hard matchup. You know, he's had games this year where he's dominated teams. But Kyle and Bert, and even Chicken when he was in there, and Devin, they went in there. Because when he grabs that ball and starts swinging, you know, his elbow's right at their face level. You know, he's below them. You know, most of the time you swing elbows, it's below your neck. They get hit in the shoulders. But that kid, he's lethal. But they kept going in there, and he was not a factor tonight. And you give Bert and Kyle, Devin and Chicken all the credit for that. Those guys did a great job. He's a good player. You say, well, he didn't play good tonight. Well, maybe he wasn't allowed to.
Doc, during the stretch that you guys had recently, there seems to have been a moment in each game where it was tight, and you guys hit another gear, or it was a defensive stand, or it was for tonight, they got within 2 and you hit those 2 threes back to back. Is that the kind of reaching out as a team, digging in, you know, getting those moments where you could lose the lead or lose control and you gotta take it back?
Well, we've been going over these four main things that we got to focus on. Is focus, concentration, discipline, and mental toughness. And if we do those things, we can overcome those deficits and how to come back and how to fight and scratch and claw all the way through the game. So I just think if we focus on those main 4 things, we can overcome anything.
Anything else? You still shooting those shots before the game?
Nah.
Not doing that anymore?
No, I cut it out.